That's not what we wanted to happen. Okay, I'll be honest. I was trying to remove it with that seal. Alright, we broke it free. Now we're just going to carefully remove it. Alright, well, we're going to force it out ourselves. There we go. I'll show you how to remove the cover. It's pretty easy. You literally just take it where it's facing you and you slide it towards you. You can pull up. Just a metal piece to grab it. That would make my life much easier. Six long screws, one medium-sized screw, and 2 short screws. With the 9 bolts removed, then we can pry off the top cover. There's a little locking tab in here. We're going to press this in and remove it. I know that this is supposed to lift up one certain way. So this is where we got to be careful. There's this ribbon cable that leads right up into here. You can kind of tell I'm pretty nervous about doing this because I've never done this. But just like that, it's really dusty in here. As far as the components look, I mean, they look okay, at least. Next step is to take the top of the shell, and then there's this card reader. There's 2 tabs on each side where this orange piece is. Lift them onto each side. Just gonna go ahead and just wipe down the inside of this case. And you can remove the ribbon cable. Alrighty, and then this piece will just come right up. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and remove the wireless adapter. Just like all the other ribbon cables, there's another brown piece. We're going to lift up on this, unlock this piece. Alright, and then from there we can remove this little black wire. This ribbon cable right here flicks up towards you. I literally just took my nail right above it and flicked it up. Now we're going to remove the 4 screws. Alright, with the last screw removed, we should be able to remove the wireless adapter. It's dirty, but the board is still pretty good. Turn this to show you guys. There's another ribbon cable. Just gonna lift it up just from this side. And there's the tray. Alright, now we're gonna remove the power supply. Start by just removing this wire right here, mainly focusing on the plastic piece. push this in, pull it out. I'll go ahead and remove this piece while we're here too. This is for the wireless adapter. Alright, this is an APS 226. Listen, if I'm going this deep, I'm not going to be scared to remove a ribbon cable. Tuck behind this little ground right here. There's another bolt. Another screw, I believe. Okay, there's one more right there, I believe. Okay, that one's a long screw. Alright, so this is basically what we're working with here. This piece should just come basically straight off. It just pops right down just like that. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, but I'm going to go ahead and just wipe and clean all this off. Keep in mind, I knew nothing about this console when I bought it. I did see the majority of dust that was right here. Really know what to expect. What I'm thinking is, and what I'm hoping is that the thermal paste just got cooked. It overheated. Hopefully it just needs new thermal paste. The thing that scares me is that the pads are pretty good, at least in this portion of the board. Clean off everything, clean off all the residue. I'll clean the case off outside. I'm going to be smart about it this time. Which, by the way, to remove this, we bent this piece earlier. I kind of bent mine a little bit too much. I'll bend it back. And then there's just two little tiny screws. And when I say tiny, I mean tiny. And then you just pop it up. Well, that could have been bad. straight out. Go ahead and clean the fan off, clean the inside of this off. Camera's about to die. I'm gonna save a little bit of time and not record this, but all we gotta do is just wipe it down like before. So I could do a little bit more cleaning up on the board. The chips themselves, the RSX, and then the processor, I believe, they're pretty good. I'm gonna do a little bit more cleaning, just slightly more cleaning. If you're going the whole mile, the correct thing to do would be delidding them and repasting them. I'm not going to attempt that. I'm going to attempt the cheaper yellow light of death fix, and that is just taking a heat gun and just heating the chips, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, just heating the chips up. Apparently doing so re-solder some components underneath the chips from what I hear. It may work, it may not work. Well, here goes nothing. Alright, we're gonna let these cool down for a little bit, re-thermal paste it, put everything back together. Alright, now we're gonna do the fun part. This is the thermal paste that I had available, and this is what I'm using. I recommend using some other ones. Probably should take the lid off before I try to put it on, huh? That applied, we're going to take the fan. So these little prongs down here need to line up down here before we can put that heat, these shields back on. This will bend it back. There's these little divots right here, one right here, and one right here. Top tabs will line up with those two. Now with this piece in, now we can drop it in the bottom. Said drop, I didn't mean literally drop, but put the screws back in. Remember, there's these two big giant prongs right here. And you can just press it right down on there. And the bolt holes will line right up. That's how you know it's in. I'm going to go ahead and ground it at the very end. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the back connection. Alright, I've got the ground sticking out. I'm going to ground it at the very end just in case.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Put it back down. This piece of this wireless adapter back through here. And this little wire spud piece. There we go. Alright, we're wrapping up here. We just got to put the card reader back into play. Goes in the top of the shell. Got two locking tabs here on the side. This will just slide in just like this, in the correct spot that is. It's all the way in there. It's locked in. We're going to put 3 large screws in the back of the console. we're going to take the medium-sized screw. It's going to go right in this corner right here. I'm super excited to get this thing fully back together. I really hope it works. If this thing works after this, I don't even know how happy I'd be. I'll put the original hard drive in. We'll see if it works. I mean, I hope the whole system itself works, but I see. So, okay, so it'll... I was a little confused, but it looks like it'll plug itself in. Yep. Okay, so I felt it plug in. Okay, it took a minute to light the power switch. Let's see if it works. This is honestly crazy. Chat room. Dude, this is like, holy crap, 2012? Dang, okay. Okay, so it had a disc in, but it didn't read it. It didn't think there was anything in it. I hope. And all these songs, by the way, everything you're bound to see was already downloaded. I haven't done anything to this console. I haven't downloaded anything, so everything is exactly the way it was when the previous owners had this console. So this console was last played 23rd. I want to say it was, because I went to the trophies. Okay, yeah, it was 2014. But it was Black Ops 4, or Black Ops 2, I mean, sorry. So this console was last played. Whoa. This console was literally last played 10 years ago, like yesterday when I fixed it. Today is literally January 6th, okay? Dude, that's crazy. They must have played the shit out of Black Ops 2. Finally killed the console. This is a 2007 model, so it lasted 7 years without any thermal paste or anything done to it, I'm guessing. There's a good selection of games, but really it had a ton of music, just a ton of tracks. If you guys have made it this far in the video, consider liking and consider subscribing, as the next video we're going to be working on this PS3 GameStop model. This one has some issues as well. It does sound like a jet fan after like 5 or 7 minutes of playing. Right here we have the CECHE01 that we just fixed. It is missing the logic board, so it does not actually read disk right now, so we have to install this and remarry it using some software. Okay, 4.65. You can see it's the 40 gig model, and it's actually on an older software still, so that's pretty cool. But I'm going to make this console the PS1 and also a movie console. Quickly realize this thing gets super loud super fast, so if you guys have any information about that, let me know, please. Nice. This is where I'm going to end the video though, guys. I know this is not content that I normally post. I know there's going to be a lot of comments, a lot of flack about this not being car related content. And honestly, the truth is there's going to be some car videos coming out soon when I can work on them, but I've been working on some other projects, and honestly I just really would like to post videos that I want to make. I don't want to just be tied down to making one sort of videos. I do a lot of different things. I'm creative in a lot of different ways. I don't want to just make car content on one channel. I want to be able to post whatever I want freely. So you guys are going to start seeing more PlayStation 3 content, but eventually there will be a cool car on the channel, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.